Hello everybody. We're going to start using the Fifish to film the Blue ROV, which is currently in the top right hand corner of the screen. We're going to use the Fifish to film the Blue ROV being flown with the rovers, which has Takuma Tech on board. It's actually their 3D print of the 8-button controller, which is really nicely designed. We're trying to evolve things, but things take time. Other global pandemics get in the way. You know how it is. Alright, so we'll just swap scenes here. So at the moment we're looking at the Blue ROV main screen, strafing right and left. It's quite difficult to really show the full functional moves of this correlating to the ROV because they're so small. They're actually so small. So if I want it to strafe sideways at the moment, it's going to go the reverse of where I want it to go. So I want it to go, well, that way, and it's pointing at me. So I'm going to push it the other way. So I'm pushing the ball that way. But if it turned around and oriented in the same orientation as me, right, then left pulling the ball that way, pulling the ball to that side, or pushing the ball that way makes the ROV move in that fashion. So up down, I'm pushing down on the ball, or corresponding, I'm holding at the bottom, pulling up. It's a bit hard to see, but I'm sort of pulling up on the ball like that. It's such an awesome, amazing way to fly. Look, I mean, it's one hand essentially, so you know, I mean, I'm steadying it, but we're working out the ergonomics of various aspects of it, right? But this is amazing. So I'm twisting it. This get that in shot. I'm twisting it in a clockwise or anti-clockwise. So if you're looking down on the ROV, you know, I'm turning the ball, turning the rover control as if I want the ROV to move. And in that regard, all we're using at the moment is 4 degrees of control of this controller. So there's actually pitch, which would be to roll forward, and I'm moving that, and roll, which would be to turn the ball this way or that way, and it has no bearing on the ROV because it's a 4 degrees of motion machine. So if I push the ball sideways, the machine will respond exactly that way. So total cost of ownership, the training, the time to skills acquisition, skills retention, I think is the other key one, right? And so anyone who's in a space where training and knowledge retention is important will appreciate this sort of control interface. So yeah, watch this space and wait until we demonstrate this in a heavy. So yeah, thanks for coming. Lights. Camera. I'm just actually gimbling the camera around. But, I'll move that to that angle. And you see the mapping of the various components onto these buttons here, which Takuma can interface in various ways. That's their magic, and you know, they can assist with any of that sort of technology intersect or interfacing. So yeah, what a machine. I love it. I don't mean the particular ROVs, albeit they're all pretty good. What I mean, this controller is just so intuitive to fly with that I don't really have to think too much. I can almost do two things at once, which sometimes I suppose, you know, trying to talk to something and fly. I mean, I think this is probably a pretty complicated maneuver at the best of times. My UnderseaROV with that 360 ping on the top is prone to porpoising, or it has hydrodynamic drag that's causing it to sort of buck up and down as it moves forward. But anyway, so yeah, that's flying with one hand. Anyone could do it, and you know, children. We've had children flying these machines now, so to be able to do this sort of maneuvers is just very exciting. Thanks for coming.